Yeah, I'm really excited. I got to come down here and check out Kaliu again. It's been a little while. They're kind of doing a relaunch of some of the sales. They've already got 50% sold here, and they have not raised the prices yet. So now it could be a good time to get in. One of the stacks is completely sold out already, but there's a lot of great signature options, and those have lanais. There's a private elevator. I'll show you a little clip of that. But this will give you a perspective of the building and then where it's going to be, just right in the front row here in Kakaako, and you can get it for a fraction of what they're selling some of the new front row units down the road here at Ward Village.
First off, here on Oahu, we're smack dab in the middle of the Pacific with direct flights from Honolulu International to all these major cities throughout the Pacific and beyond. And don't worry, we haven't forgotten about our friends down under. There are also direct flights from Australia and New Zealand. Now, as far as the location of Kaliu goes, it's right on Ala Moana Boulevard, and it's going to be between Coral and Cook Streets. This is going to be the front row of Kakaako. As you can see here with the way that the road bends, there's going to be views of Diamond Head out the back, and there's a little bit of a south swell today, so you can check out the surf. And for perspective, this is kind of going to be like, roughly around the podium or amenity deck level, so the units themselves will be a bit higher. This is going to be Salted Kakaako across the street to give you a perspective of where this is located. Kaliu will be situated at 728 Ala Moana Boulevard on just under 2.4 acres. And Kaliu will be in what's considered the second phase of our Kakaako. What you see here in black is going to encompass Waterfront Plaza that's been around since the early 90s, Kakaako Place, which is a newer residential tower, and then we also got Waterfront Towers that's been around since the early 90s. Both Waterfront Plaza and Towers were developed by Bruce Stark back in the day. And then we've got 400 Kiawe done by Castle and Cook. The collection, which was built in 2016. I did a little video about that. I'll post here. And then last but not least, Salted Kakaako, which is the hub of Kamehameha School's retail presence in our Kakaako. Now, Kaliu falls into the second phase of Kakaako, which you can see here in the blue. And then just Mauka of that is going to be Kahuhina, which is a Stanford car project. And then Block H is still undetermined. And then we have Aliyah, which is broken ground, which is also on the front row of Ala Moana Boulevard. And last but not least is Waiakoa in Block D, which is going to be a new construction project by Castle and Cook. Once again, I want to circle back to the location of Kaliu on Ala Moana Boulevard. As you notice, it's right where the road starts to bend, and because of the setback in Lot H, it's anticipated that there's going to be unobstructed views of Diamond Head from those Diamond Head east-facing units, and this will give you a perspective here. And those units with the prime Diamond Head facing views are going to be 3-bedroom signature units. But before we get into pricing, I want to talk about the building itself. What really makes Kaliu special is it's going to be a luxury boutique building. There's only going to be 285 units. A lot of the other new construction condos in the pipeline in Kakaako have 400 and some even 800 plus units. Now, in addition to that, there's going to be very high-end appliances, Miele appliances, and world-class finishes. This will give you an idea of what the kitchen's going to look like in one of the units. In addition to the nice clean lines and surfaces, there's going to be Toto plumbing fixtures throughout these units as well, which are a bonus added touch. 9-foot floor-to-ceiling glass in all of these units, and what really sets Kaliu apart is the wellness spa. This is the spa club here is kind of one of a kind here on Oahu, and they're going to have state-of-the-art technologies, one of which is going to be an A-scape robotic massage, and this is going to be on the 6th floor amenity deck, which we'll come back to in a bit, as well as an Immortal healing chamber. There's going to be a Toto Neo-Rest zero-gravity flotation tub, and this is an example of what one looks like here. What's really cool is for those that are buying some of the signature 3-bedroom units, these tubs are going to be included in the unit. However, if you're not stepping up to get one of the remaining signature ones, residents could use this zero gravity tub at the spa that's going to be on the 6th level. Now there's going to be retail on floors 1 and 2 as you enter the building, and then parking on levels 3 through 5, and the amenity deck is going to be on the 6th floor. So in addition to that, there's going to be 24/7 concierge available all day and night. And then there's going to be doggy parks, and then some of the other amenities offered here. You're going to have hot and cold plunges, a 25-meter swimming pool, and then there's going to be a Zen garden with pebbles for foot massages, and then you've got your fitness center, yoga, and the amenities go on and on and on. Now let's dive into the floor plans and pricing. So the signature residences, there's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. That's going to be that prime diamond head facing unit on that east or Mackay ocean side of the building. And that's going to start at just over $3.5 million for 1,888 square feet of living area. And what's unique about the 3-bedroom signature unit is it's going to have its own private elevator. That's in addition to the 4 elevators that are already in the building. This is going to give you an example of the privacy going into your own private elevator for these signature units. So in addition to the 3-bedroom, 3-bath, there's a 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath product that starts at just over $2.1 million, and that's for 1,146 square feet. And there's a 1-bedroom, 1.5-bath product that starts at $1,336,000 for 873 square feet of living area. Now, in addition to that, you've got the classic residences, which are also going to be really nice, and those are going to range from a 1-bedroom starting at $890,000 to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath just over $2.7 million. And as I started this off, the developer has not raised their prices since launching, so this can be an opportunity to get in now before those prices go up, because as the building breaks ground and starts construction, these prices are going to start ratcheting it up. To learn more about Kaliu or other new construction projects in Kakaako, the buck stops here for all your real estate needs. Once again, David Buck with Harcourt's Island Real Estate. I could be reached at 808-371-3509. Mahalo.